All right, in this episode, we talk about how to improve your power clean max.
Hey.
All right, Brent Porcio, Kevin Schultz, Stephen Godani here at the @TopVelocity #PitchingTips show, where you go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and @TopVelocity #PitchingTips. You ask your question, anything on pitching, anything we do here at Top Velocity, and we're going to answer it on the show. And if you haven't already, subscribe, share the video, like the page. We appreciate that, and keep those questions coming. So what's our question for today? Chase Me asks, any tips to help improve your max clean? All right, so we'll kind of go through the group here. My advice on your power clean, maximizing your power clean would be, of course, strength is really key to building that. I found guys that, of course, get their back squats up or get their front squat. I think front squat really helps getting that up because you're in that rack position, which gives you a lot of confidence of catching heavier weight up there. I feel like sometimes in your cleans, you can get stuck because your catch isn't that good. Maybe you're still trying to catch it like this, or you're not just comfortable with a lot of weight yet. So going into a heavy squat, front squat can help. All the variations help. I even think the jerks help too. Getting really good going up on your jerks help. And then technique. Where's your technique? At the same time too, I'm just gonna take this point, I'll pass it on. I wanna make sure when my max goes up, my clean max goes up, for the purpose of why we do it, which is for pitching velocity. When my clean max goes up, I want my vertical jump to go up as well. I don't want to see somebody with a really good high 250, 260 power clean and is jumping 24, 25 inches. I want to see as you push well into the twos, you push well into the 30s or getting close to 30 on your verticals. I just want to see a correlation between the two. And if not, it's because your technique is too much back, okay? You're just trying to kind of catapult and shoot. I want a big emphasis on triple extension. I kind of take it away more of what an Olympian would do, because I'm not going to do as much as weight as him. I'm going to work to keep my trunk up more vertical than an Olympian, and I'm going to try to get more leg power into it, more of that triple extension into it. And at the same time too, I want to catch well. Catching well has to come along with that. So on both aspects of it, strength, technique, can't fail you when it really comes to improving your power clean max. What would you say?
Just some things that have helped me over the years is grip strength would just be one that I just think is overlooked a little bit, that I was just thinking about, just because if you can't hold on to the bar, good chance you're not going to be able to do it. Committing to heavy pulls, like clean pulls that are above 90%, up to 100% of your clean pulls, starting to really implement those heavy clean pulls has helped me get my power clean to go up a lot. My squat going up has always helped. And then a program where I was max efforting a little bit, but that was farther down the road after I kind of hit a plateau in my training, where I kind of implemented that just to kind of get my body used to pushing every day high percentages in my clean, and that just got my technique more efficient. Some posterior chain work, RDLs, the good mornings, those are very important because those help you keep your trunk positioning a lot better, because if your trunk positioning is compromised, like Brent said, then you start to swing, and that just bad habits, and you'll end up plateauing really quick like that. And if you compromise your trunk positioning, and I think trunk positioning is one of the hardest things to keep when you're doing your clean. So keeping the shoulders and the butt going up at the same rate instead of letting the butt go up faster. So that just working on those good mornings and the really the core strength and everything really has a lot to do with it. So there's just a total body movement, so every little part is going to come into play. So increasing your whole body strength is just really key, and then just keep stressing your technique, and always never like just really focus on that technique, because it's going to take some time to get efficient with that movement and the timing and the patterns of it and stuff like that. So the better you get with that, the better you'll be at maximizing and getting more out of your body. So
And what Kevin and I see a lot, specifically with the younger kids or the beginners, is they go really quick into rolling their backs, and that just shows you have really weak core, weak posterior chain. So if you don't strengthen the core, which, you know, front squatting is one of my favorite ways to strengthen the core. If you don't strengthen the core, then that's going to kill your technique. It's going to kill your power moving the bar in the initial phase. And that's critical. So
yeah, get rid of your dynamic starts when you're young lifters. I think that's a really big mistake I see by young guys. They want to dynamic start means moving into your start. I don't think you should do that. I think you should roll yourself down to the bar and get yourself locked in. Roll your shoulders back, keep your lats tight, tighten up your core and your back, especially as a young lifter, because when you start to come up with a dynamic start, you're going to want to roll into some bad positioning and stuff like that. I don't think you should ever use a dynamic start as a beginner lifter, especially. So
you're just basically talking about starting too quickly?
Yeah, like when I would say dynamic start, I would say like instead of setting and then pulling, they're like rocking into it, and then they just try to bounce into it. So yeah.
Right. You're trying to use extra movement to add to the inertia or the momentum of the bar, and he's saying it's better off just to get in a good stable trunk position, lock it in, and then just start with a nice slow movement up. That's what I always encourage to do, and build it in stages of a rocket, right? So the initial stages are slow, and it climaxes as you move up into full triple extension, and that's when it peaks into your shrugs and your jump shrug. So starting off slower and not using any added movement and dynamics is really good advice.
Yeah, I think just the ways that you can get your squat max to go up is either going to come through like
power clean max.
or I'm sorry, power clean maxes to go up is either through your technique efficiency, like you're just getting better with your technique, or you're starting to just get more explosive, whether it be through strengthening, like with the squat, like Kevin and Brent were saying, like getting stronger. There's a bunch of exercises to be getting stronger, or maybe if you're one of those guys that are really strong, starting to get a little more speed, and as that explosion goes up, it's an explosive lift. So it's a good way to measure how much explosion or how much power you can actually produce too. So as you start producing more power and getting more efficient with the lift, it should still keep going up. So you just got to figure out what you need to work on to start building up more explosion, and as you start getting better at those things and getting better with your technique and keep working at it, it's going to start going up.
Yeah, and another point, I mean, there's so many things that you could actually do to influence that power clean. And another big one is dorsiflexion. You know, a lot of guys that have poor dorsiflexion, when they're down in that, you know, bottom position, you know, they're having a hard time getting in a good stable base because they're maxed out in their dorsiflexion. So just getting more flexibility in that dorsiflexion is going to make it easier for you to find that good base down at your bottom position. That'd be another key thing. So I think we laid out a bunch of them here. We laid out dorsiflexion. We laid out, you know, building strength. We laid out not having that dynamic start, core strength, trunk posture. What did you throw in there?
Just getting more explosive, and then the techniques.
Yeah, technique. So that's a good list of things that you could go at and try to work at all of them a little bit, because each one of those things will influence it, and it's never going to be one thing, right? So you might find that one thing helps you better than another thing, and someone else is going to find this thing helps them a little better than the other thing. But there's a good list for you to start with. That's a good question, because if we can influence that, we have a good influence on our explosiveness, our power that we can then bring to our drills and get it into our delivery and then work it up to the mound. And now we're throwing hard. And that's really the 3x pitch velocity approach, and that's what we do in 3x pitch velocity program. So if you want to learn more about those programs, go to topvelocity.net. Check out our programs, check out our camps coming up. Just get more information on what we do and how this all works and how you take the power clean to the mound and increase your velocity. And also, if you have a question, go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Top Velocity, #pitching tips. Ask your question, and we're going to answer it on the next show. So.
Boys.